I'm Jeremy Carroll with Movieguide, and you join me on the green carpet of Arthur the King, a story about a lifelong bond. Let's talk to some of the cast and crew. You've been doing a lot of real-life inspirational stories. Why is that important for society?
Well, those are always the ones that resonate best with audiences. Those are the ones that I get the most fulfillment out of. And those are the kind of movies that have always inspired me and encouraged me to do more, to be better, to get active. And I've always felt like sometimes we like just sheer entertainment. We like to laugh, but to laugh, to cry, to think, and to be inspired, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate goal of filmmaking for me. So,
because there's just great stories, and this one in particular is it's a combination of so many things, right? It's like the human perseverance and hope and teamwork, and then also of man's best friend and how important that relationship is. And I've been a dog lover my whole life, and so getting to be a part of a movie like this just I feel like really honors that bond, which I believe is absolutely sacred.
How was it working with these dogs? Did you have a favorite moment?
I don't know. It's just I am a really dog person, so it was really fun.
That's awesome. We have two dogs. We have a little dog and a big dog. Do you have any awesome pets at home?
Yeah, I have two dogs too, but they're both really big.
So telling a story like this that's real,
Right.
what makes that different than your typical fictional movie?
Well, I don't think there are any typical movies anymore. But I will say the response today was very satisfying because it showed me again, and all of us in the audience, that people will leave home.
Yeah.
They don't always need streaming. They'll leave home and go to a movie theater if you deliver, in this case, positivity, the affirmation of this discovery, of the connection, almost magic. And the fact that that's real is the reason that we went after the material in the first place. Because when Dorothy and I first saw it at Tucker, we were making Den of Thieves, which is a whole other kind of movie. We felt right away that when we saw the documentary, that this would be a movie that would touch a chord in the children, all of us, for all ages. So we're very proud and happy.
And why is that important to tell such an inspirational, positive story in society today?
I think we live in dread times. So if we can make people realize that good things can happen if you keep moving forward, maybe they will. And we live that every day.
What are some of the unique challenges? Because it's a true story. How far can you bend that source material?
That's the big challenge. The big challenge is we know what really happened, and Michael wrote a whole book documenting every detail of it. Obviously, you can't put all of that in the movie, and obviously some of that, he had a Swedish team, and he's Swedish, and so there's little details like that had to be amended. In terms of the team that he put together, had to kind of manufacture who all those characters were, and then there's some moments on the journey that because originally it took place in Ecuador, now it's taking place in the Dominican Republic. That just literally was a new set of challenges for the racers. So it was less about altitude and it was less about oxygen level. It was more about heat, humidity, and Ecuador has critters that can kill you. And we get to the Dominican and start prepping and they say, there's no animals here on this island that can kill you. We're like, well, that's a problem. So we had to figure out some other things. And honestly, that whole zip line thing came out of having to originate something because of where we were. And that would not have taken place in Ecuador.
Wow, that's crazy. And what's the importance of telling a true story like this in society today that's positive and inspiring?
A couple people that have come out of the screening have said they really like how all these people that were at odds all throughout the movie at the end came together over something. And I don't want to be kumbaya with this, we're not going to change the world with this, but I hope for 1 minute that rivalries can be put aside over something important. And it's not just a dog. It's the idea of what Arthur brings, and it's the theme of the movie, is coming together over something that's more important. Rivalries are great. It's healthy. Competition's great. I wanted to make a sports movie, and this is the perfect kind of vehicle to get that message out there because Arthur is such an amazing presence in everybody's life who's ever met him.
So writing a score for a kind of like a sports competition movie, what kind of unique challenges does that bring?
Yeah, the challenge is obviously, is it more about the dog and the bond, or is it about the adventure? And we were trying to obviously find a healthy balance of that because the adventure racing part of it is so monumental and so extreme that they're going all the way across this country. But then obviously there's this very human element with this bond with this animal. And so it was kind of a split 50-50, but we really wanted to like really bring that bond to life was the goal, I think, ultimately.
And then being shot in Dominican Republic, did you get to bring in some of those elements and kind of mix and play with that?
Yeah, there's a handful of things. There's like a ukulele and some nylon guitars and some bongos here and there for fun. But yeah, it's kind of like, you put this orchestral bed over everything, and then you get to put these highlights on it that sort of hint at the culture and everything. And that was super fun to do that.
Telling a true story like this, how do you know when you can kind of push the lines between truth and keeping it entertaining?
Well, that's a great question. I think, it's Hollywood. You say we manipulate people, we mess people around. But I think audiences are too clever nowadays. I think they know when they're being manipulated, but they know when something is emotional. So all I can do is try to keep some kind of vague truthfulness, and the audience will decide whether I succeeded or not. I've never done anything like it before. You could say that the sort of second lead of the movie is a 2-year-old dog. Working against one of the big movie stars of America. But the two of them got on great, actually. Mark put in a lot of work with the dog, with Yukai. And after a little while, we got into rhythm.
So the question is, did you nail it? I think, actually, to be honest, I think it was even more. This was the first time we as a family saw it. And it was the first time for me at the big screen. And how my kids reacted, I think that will tell everything. It's like they were so emotional and tearful, and that's the thing with this movie. It's a love story, and I think that's the thing that the world needs like right now. And also like that we share that's what's important in life too. So that I think that's the message with this movie. But if you take that from my perspective, where I come from, I never thought I would write a book or be in a documentary or make a movie. That's never been the kind of the goal for me. Yeah. But now we are here, and I'm very proud of it. And the most thing I'm really proud of is that this will also change life for many, many people and dogs. It's going to be new artists out there, and that's I'm very proud of.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the review at movieguide.org before it comes out March 15th. And please subscribe for more videos like this.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate, because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.